So I know a lot of real estate agents are scared of new construction. What are some of the fears that agents have with new construction?
Well, Sean, I think the biggest one they have is how long is it going to take? Because everyone that's an agent, in the end, they're working for money. I mean, they want that money. But the bottom line is not everything that every person wants is going to be available in a resale, especially in this market. Everything, all inventory in all markets is at an all-time low. New construction is booming because we actually have an opportunity for your client to give them what they want, but it's going to take 6 months. And I think if you have an agent that knows what they're doing and knows the market and can promote you and, you know, obviously take good care of their clients, why wouldn't you not consider new construction?
So how can you help new agents get through the home buying process?
New agents, I think the biggest thing is to come out to one of our model homes and give me a call. If they have a client that's in Matthews that wants to go there, I can get you to the right neighborhood. I can show you around the model and basically show you how we can lock down answers as far as budget, location, and floor plan, and I am not kidding you, in 15 to 20 minutes. Everyone's like, yeah, 15. You can really lock them down in 15 to 20 minutes because of our sales process.
As far as expectations, I mean, how does the real estate agent set the best expectations with new construction?
The best way the real estate agent can set proper expectations is to not. Because every builder's process is different, and if you have an agent that's worth anything, they're going to take care of that. They're going to call your client weekly and say, here we are, this is where we're at now. Not where we're going to be, this is where we're at now. They can get them step by step through their process. Everybody's going to be different. The biggest advantage is knowing that your client's being well taken care of and that you don't have to worry about it because you've got a professional doing the job for you.
What's the difference between the North Carolina real estate contract and the purchase contract?
There's a pretty big difference with new construction contracts. Ours has actually changed recently. It's become simpler. It's become easier to read, and our contracts are much smaller than other builders. Ours are dirt contracts are going to be on average about 20 pages long. Other new constructions tend to be anywhere from 35 to 45. It's really overwhelming. We really have it down to a science, even the way we present the contract. And the most important part is to go through about 6 points in the purchase agreement that are key. And basically all that does is reiterate our building process, and it shows you ways to protect your client. If you have a house to close, you always do that house to close contingency so it helps protect their money. But you just have to have somebody who's done it 75 times like I have, so to avoid all the pitfalls.
What are some pitfalls to watch out for when doing new construction in general?
I think one of the biggest ones is making sure that you have someone that understands the product, because there's a huge disconnect between writing up a contract for something that doesn't exist and then actually going to the design center and selecting all the items. You always want to make sure you have expectations with your client that they're not going to go in there and blow it out in showroom and then have something that doesn't appraise or doesn't fit the neighborhood norm. It causes huge trouble, and you've just got to know how to ask the right questions to your client to make sure that they're a good fit. If they're not, I'll get you to a neighborhood that is a good fit, but I'll be able to figure that out very quickly. So I think that's one of the biggest advantages that I have, is I've been there and done that a million times.
During the construction process, things probably come up. Mm-hmm. What are some of the ways that
Good question.
clients can get through that process without causing a lot of stress?
The best way I've found to get through that is to catch the problem before the client knows about it. So right now I have 22 builds going on. I have 2 over here in Summer Lake, our Fort Mill location. So I've just walked both of those homes. One's in drywall, one is a little bit behind because they just had to move a couple of things. So I'm going to call the buyer every week and say, hey, everything looks great. Looks like we had to move your water spigot for your back porch. That way there's no surprise when he comes and makes his weekly visit, because I really am walking all of these builds every single week. Last week, we caught cabinets that weren't the right color, but we caught it before even the buyer caught it because I was out there. So, I mean, if you know anybody else that does that, it's a huge advantage. You've really got to go walk the home.
All right, I think